Welcome to the SMITE God reveal for Fafnir, Lord of Glittering Gold. There is no creature, living or dead, more greedy than a dwarf. In the frozen reaches of Asgard, beneath its mighty stone peaks, they dwell, tirelessly hammering its resources bare. The dwarves forge gold jewelry, carve gleaming gems, and breathe curses into their finery. Among these wretched kin is Fafnir, son of Hreidmar, equipped with a swollen smithing arm and a ravenous hunger for violence. One spring, Odin, Loki, and Honir visited Hreidmar's realm, bearing an otter pelt they'd skinned on their journey. Hreidmar was horrified, for the otter was one of his sons, and so entombed Odin and Honir. Loki, however, was tasked with filling the hide with gold in exchange for their freedom. Refusing to be outdone, the trickster god stuffed the pelt to bursting with the cursed treasure of Andvari. Hreidmar, unaware of the cursed gold, greedily accepted the wealth in exchange for the gods. That night, taken with madness, Fafnir strangled his father and vanished into the frosted night with the cursed gold. Paranoid of losing his treasure, Fafnir guarded it ferociously. While the curse slowly unraveled his mind, twisted he became, scaled and nightmarish. His breath turned to poison, his maw fanged, his demeanor fouler. A dragon arose, the very symbol of greed. Centuries passed, and Fafnir remained by himself, only accompanied by his treasure. However, war is coming, and with it unimaginable spoils. Soon he must spread his wings and lay waste to the encroaching battle, his incredible greed fueling his fury. Fafnir's passive is Endless Greed. Fafnir gains 4 bonus gold from all kills and assists he is involved in, including minions and structures. Fafnir also gains bonus protections based on the amount of gold he is currently holding, up to a maximum. Fafnir's first ability is Cursed Strength. Fafnir hurls his hammer forward, dealing damage to enemies in its path. If Fafnir hits a god, the hammer stops and stuns the enemy god, as well as radiating out a curse on the target, slowing any enemy caught in its radius. Fafnir coerces his allies into fighting harder, boosting their attack speed for a short duration and healing Fafnir. While Coerce is active on his ally, Fafnir deals additional bonus magic damage whenever the buffed ally damages an enemy. Fafnir may choose to cast this ability on himself for bonus damage, increased attack speed, and heal. Fafnir leaps to a target location and executes a despicable strike, dealing damage and disarming enemies in front of him for a short duration. This ability is quicker to fire when cast near Fafnir and takes longer to travel when cast further away. Fafnir transforms into a terrifying dragon and is untargetable during the process. When he emerges in dragon form, nearby enemies are poisoned, taking damage over time. He remains in this form for a duration or until he activates his ultimate a second time. As a dragon, his abilities all gain additional effects as well as his basic attack, which is replaced by Dragon Breath, which deals damage rapidly in front of him, scaling with magical power. Fafnir's first ability, Cursed Strength, will now deal damage over time and shred protections away from anyone afflicted by the area of effect curse, in addition to slowing. Fafnir's second ability, Coerce, now can affect multiple allies in an area, encouraging more than one ally to deal more damage. Fafnir's third ability, Underhanded Tactics, can now travel much further, and the damage changes to a damage over time. Additionally, Fafnir stuns the closest enemy hit by this ability in addition to the disarm effect. As a character adept at setting up good fights for your team, look to engage on enemies with your 3 in dwarf form. This will disarm them and either force them to flee or wait out the disarm while your carries can attack them. Once the disarm runs out, or if they cowardly flee, follow up with your 1, allowing you to stun them to increase the time they cannot fight back or catch up with them. Buff your allies with Coerce to enable them to deal a lot more damage, and then stun enemies so your allies can get full use of Coerce's benefit. A stunned enemy is a dead enemy. One important aspect of Fafnir's kit is that all of his abilities reset when he enters dragon form. This means that on fights you want to fully commit into, it is often best to quickly use all of your dwarven skills before transforming into a dragon to do it all over again. Additionally, try to use Fafnir's 1 last before turning into a dragon. The stun will keep enemies inside of Fafnir's ult transformation, hitting them with a powerful poison. Fafnir is a guardian who excels at helping his teammates safely engage on enemies and providing them with powerful buffs to better enable his allies to deal much more damage than they would otherwise. Through his ability to disarm, slow, and stun enemies, Fafnir works really well as a frontline tank you don't want to be near. And when he turns into a dragon, he can not only provide additional control, but becomes a powerful threat in his own right. Pair Fafnir with powerful carries such as Artemis, Freya, or Kali to make the most out of his powerful buff and his extra control. Pushing middle lane, Fafnir uses his third ability to jump onto the enemy team and Phoenix to try and disperse the team. Fafnir puts out enough damage with this ult on Neja, allowing his teammate to get the kill. Realizing his allies in the back line need his help, Fafnir immediately gets back to protecting his team by using his third ability to leap and stun Chalk while saving Anhur. Fafnir then uses his second ability to buff himself and allies nearby and uses his Dragon Breath to focus Kukulkan and then Emir. He then uses his first ability on Jingwei. Finally, Fafnir uses his second ability to buff his whole team, allowing them to take the Phoenix quickly. Starting off, Fafnir will want to start with Cursed Strength. This ability not only provides strong, early clear and poke, but having a stun early is a powerful tool. Next, gain a point in your underhanded tactics for the increased mobility and control. Afterwards, put a point into Coerce for some additional sustain in lane. Follow this by another point into Cursed Strength. From there, your priority will be Draconic Corruption, followed by Cursed Strength into Coerce, and finally, underhanded tactics. This build path will give you the best balance between power, sustain, and mobility. If you are feeling confident and a little greedy, maxing underhanded tactics before Coerce can increase your own damage output at the cost of your teammates' power. Fafnir is a frontline tank who will need a lot of protections to survive and remain effective during the match. Start the game off with Watcher's Gift, along with potions and wards. Watcher's Gift will provide additional gold income, which will not only help you buy items quicker, but leave you with more gold for your passive. Next, Shoes of Focus will give you some increased cooldown reduction and mana, helping you cast more abilities and have your dragon form more often. Next, rush tank items like Sovereignty, Void Stone, Winged Blade, and Mantle of Discord. Sovereignty will allow you to tank more physical damage while helping allies. Void Stone will give you magical protection and help you be more of a threat. Winged Blade will help you survive more attacks and help you keep up with enemies. And Mantle of Discord can be a large threat to enemies who try to focus you down. From there, sell Watcher's Gift and look to build a tank item that best fits your situation. If magical damage dealers are hurting you too much, Bulwark of Hope could be a great buy. But if physical damage dealers are your issue, Breastplate of Valor will help you there, while also increasing the amount of abilities you can cast. Thanks for watching the Smite God reveal for Fafnir, Lord of Glittering Gold.